Hello all, and welcome back to another episode of my single-player survival series. I am the Survival Architect, and I'm starting things off over at the fortress that I showed you in the previous episode, ready to build this blaze farm. We're going to jump straight into a time-lapse of me constructing this, and I will be back in just a moment. Alright, that's that farm constructed in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm feeling pretty good about that. This room is pretty solid. I need to figure out the lighting in here. It'll probably end up being soul lanterns hanging from chains from the ceiling. Pretty much like the spider farm we constructed. So, the only thing I've got left to do is turn this thing on. Now, up here, this bit of string facing into that observer actually powers that piston. So anything that falls onto here, i.e. blaze, will then get pushed across here, which has a 2-block ceiling, and then they can't walk back that way, because then they activate the string, which will push them back across here. So no matter what, I'm going to have blaze sitting right in front of me. Now, all I have left to do is remove the blocks surrounding the blaze spawner, that is, and then this farm will be active. So let's jump on up here. Where are my rockets? In my hand. Jump on up here and start removing these blocks. So, I was just doing a little bit of redstone for this farm, just the tiniest little bit, because this isn't a really redstone-based farm. But I've got a bit of string on the other side of that, or I used to, that the observer detects changing state. Now, this observer currently isn't powered. It only powers for 1 tick. But somehow, because I have this repeater set on 2 ticks, I actually have an infinite power source, and if I update it, it's still powered. I'm not sure what this could be useful for, but I have no power source on this redstone line, so this might be a bug, or I might have just stumbled across something that's kind of broken in the game, but the reason being this block here. Now it all works properly, but I just thought that was pretty cool, and that I should probably show that off on camera, because I've never seen anything like that before. Anyway, I'm going to finish building this. You've probably seen it after the time-lapse, so yay for that. Alright, I've got it fixed. Well, finished, I should say. There was one problem where I actually left a block up there, so blazes weren't making their way down into here. But all in all, it's going pretty well. Now, I did die while I was making it. If I come down here to this wholly undecorated room, you can see I've already got 2 blaze heads, a bunch of blaze rods. So this is already, and that's from about 5 minutes of smacking blazes with my looting store. This is going really well. It's a really efficient farm. I'm almost at, like, literally this block is the last spawnable block for that, or activatable block for that spawner. But, all in all, it produces a lot of blaze rods. I'm probably going to go AFK here for a little while and get as many blaze, and there's the piston acting, as you can see. So, I'm going to sit here for a while, get a whole bunch of blaze rods, and then I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I went AFK overnight, as you can see from my ridiculous number of levels. And if I come down into my little room in here, and into the storage area, you can see that I've collected a stupid quantity of blaze rods. There's a lot there, more than enough to get what I'm planning on started. So, we're going to pop back into the overworld where I've collected a bunch of materials, and we will jump into a second build in just a moment. What's this? Again, another random lectern with weird stuff around it. Come on. Although this is quite nice. I like the shape of that. Anyway. Okay. So, they're watching the episodes then. This book says, you stole our dripstone. We require repayment. 1 full shulker box. Pointed dripstone. End of episode 8. Or there shall be punishment. That's not good. So if you remember, during the last episode, I stole the dripstone that was around the lectern from over there. Now they want it back, but 1,000% interest? Oh man. Well, it looks like I know what I'm doing in the next episode, and that is making some sort of dripstone farm. But in the meantime, I have collected some resources, and they are sitting in this shulker box over here. Now, this isn't all of them, but this should give you an idea of what I'm about to build. Now, the blaze rods will come into it. Essentially, I'm going to be making the ultimate XP mending farm thing. I'm not sure what you call it, but it's essentially a furnace array that stores XP from smelted cactus, which then I can come up to the furnace, and because all the XP is stored, I can just take it out and get a bunch of XP, which will repair all my tools. So, we're going to get over to my future base site and dig yet another hole in the mountains and get this set up. Alright, I'm down here underneath my base. You'll see that we're in the hole. There's the beacon there. I am going to clear out a space and then build the farm with where are they? These resources here. So you've got a bunch of furnaces, hoppers, and then the fences and cacti for the cactus farm that is required to smelt. And of course, all the blaze rods that I need. So let's get into a second time lapse for this video and crank out a second farm, which is going to be great. Okay, I'm back after that short time lapse. It only took about an hour and a half to set this thing up, but I've got the cactus farm in place up there. It's just where that water's dripping from the roof, and now I've got the blaze rods starting to pour in from here, and now it's just a waiting game to let this whole system fill up. Now, I'm not going to decorate this room yet. I haven't really decided on how I want my base to look yet, so obviously I'm not going to be able to decorate this room. But I have to wait for all these furnaces to fill up and then all of these chests to fill up. I might just change it to one double chest, but essentially that will store a whole bunch of XP in here. And then whenever I need to repair something, I just come along and take some XP out, and then it's good to go. But I might just change this to 1 or 2 double chests. I don't know. I will see. But the cactus farm is running really well. This is that's actually running down a bit. That's interesting. Anyway, this is going well. I might add another layer to that cactus farm up the top, but we will see. Alright. I'm going to go AFK overnight for some more blaze rods and to let this thing build up, and then I will be back in the morning. Alright, I went AFK overnight and a bit more, and you can already see that I've done some stuff. And some more stuff. And even more stuff. But once I stopped the time lapse last night, I figured, this isn't going to be quick enough. So I put in another 5 layers on this side. This is the original side that we started with, and then created another 8 layers over here. The only problem is, this is only powerful enough to fill 4 furnaces. Only 4. So I've got a little hole here that drops down into that area we saw. Oh, that we built, sorry. And down here you'll see that there is only 4 furnaces that are lit up. Yeah. When I got to the top of the second bit up in there, I thought, why don't I just make a cobblestone farm to fill this? Because obviously I can turn it on and off. And while this is passive, that I'm going to need stone anyway for my base, so I may as well use a cobblestone farm. So that's probably what we will end up doing, either later on in this episode or at the start of the next episode, because I haven't started editing this episode yet, and I don't know how much time we've used yet. So, this is how far it's got. If I just take, say, this one, and I take some 136 levels now. Oh, I missed it. And I take 1 piece of smelted cactus out of here, if I can get it on time. Okay, I can't get it on time. Break that. Let's get this 1 bit of cactus out, and then we'll see how much up we go. We went up 5 levels. 5 levels at this point, where you're at 100-something levels, is a lot of XP. I'm not sure exactly how much, but that is significant. So that was enough to repair this pickaxe. It was pretty much broken. I used this furnace here to repair it, and it's going well. But you can see that this thing churns out green dye. I'm never going to need green dye ever. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to go and start editing this video, and then I'll see how much time we've used. Alright, for the remainder of this episode, we are going to completely finish this villager area. I've still got 2 days, I think it is, till I have to have this video out. So I'm going to finish off this entire area and get my villagers all in, and, well, I really apologize for this. I'm going to do another time-lapse because I'm really enjoying making them. They've turned out really well in the previous videos, and I really, really enjoy them. So we're going to get into this last time-lapse of the video and get the rest of this stuff built up and ready to go for me in the future. Mostly because I keep running out of golden carrots, and I have to craft them currently, and it's not fun because now I have no gold left. So let's get all that set up. you've already seen this in the time lapse, but I'm standing up here at the top. I've done a little bit more terraforming stuff, but not much. But you come down here, and it is absolutely beautiful, bar those two things which are now gone. And in there is kind of a mess at the moment. But everything I've done down here is absolutely, I'm loving it. In here we've got the farming area. There's a bunch of villages. I off camera did all the villager stuff, so I brought them from up there and I hammered holes in the walls and stuff. But this place is really nice looking. It's got all the farmers. I'm just waiting for them to come out with carrots. Like this guy has carrots. He's got carrots, but this one doesn't. So that because they cycle through their trades, I'm just waiting for them to pop up with the right ones every now and then because I have a butt ton of carrots over there. Then up here, we've got our toolsmith and weaponsmith, and armorer area. So the armorers, or the toolsmiths, no, the armorers use the blast furnace and the toolsmiths use the smithing tables. Now, I have put campfires on here to kind of give a furnace-y vibe. I might put more slabs up there and make it extend out, or maybe hang something from the roof. I'm not sure, but this place also looks really, really nice. Then, probably my favorite of what I've done today is down here. This is kind of like the bank area. Now, for those who don't know, these guys are I didn't mean to place that torch. These guys are the cartographers, and normally people are like, they just trade for paper. That's not helpful. Well, turns out you can also trade glass panes with them. So I've got these guys here to trade with for glass as soon as I can trade them up. Then I convert that glass into glass panes, which I then trade with these guys for emeralds. So I plan on filling up these shulker boxes with emeralds as soon as I can. But this place looks really nice. It's got, obviously, that kind of bank vibe. And then if I come down here, we've got a little mine shaft full of stonemasons, because they trade for things like quartz, which I use a lot of up there, and I just like the block. So they're all in here. I haven't done any trading with them, bar the few up at the farm area, but all in all, I love this area. Like, adding in these vines and the leaves that were sitting around up here brings the whole place alive. If I fly out, it's just brought the whole place to life. Like, yes, before it looked okay, but this is, and yes, I've been throwing items out because I've needed to. This place it's been brought to life by these are the azalea leaves. I chose not to use oak leaves because they kind of go a browny color in the desert. But the azalea leaves and the vines just bring the whole place to life, and they're having the different styles of buildings rather than just the wooden build. I mean, for these two buildings, it kind of makes sense. But here, this is kind of like a barn almost that goes into a cave. And then up here is like a furnace-y area, and then you've got bank area and the mine area. Like, having those different things all working together, I love it. I really love this build. And then it all gets tied together by the pathway, which is a common thing across all 6 houses. But this has set up my villager area for this world, and I love the look of this place. Also, one last detail with the farming room. If you're building farming stuff, like, people like using the wheat as like a texture mixer, and it works really well, but normally it just grows up. But because I've got farmers in here, they actually pick up the wheat, and then it reset and then replant it and resets it back to where it was. Resets the wheat back to the seed, so you constantly have the changing environment in this room. I just really like that. But anyway, this bit's been done. I love this area. You might not see it a lot, but it's been a really fun project to work on. I had a few escapees, so I put in a bunch of beds, and then a golem spawned. But I've got a bunch of resources just sitting in here still. Like, I collected a bunch of red mushroom blocks and some quartz and beds and everything. So there's a whole lot of resources in here for me to use in the future. I just got to clean this area up, and then this place will be considered done. I also mix in some dark oak with this platform, but I don't think that's really relevant. Anyway, that's the villager area done. So I'm really happy with this project, and I hope you guys like it. With that, I'm going to end today's episode. It's been a lot of fun. We've done a lot of stuff. We constructed the Blaze Farm and the Auto Experience Farm over there, and then finish out this village area, which is actually surprisingly laggy. I'm probably going to regret having so many villages so close to my base. But anyway, this has been a lot of fun to record. I hope you enjoyed the episode. This has been the Survival Architect. Thank you very much for watching. A like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated. See you in the next video.